Hey everyone, this is Adam with Trans Youth Channel, and this week we're talking about fashion. So, fashion. So first off, this video is going to be mostly for FTMs because I am FTM, and I don't feel that I can speak to MTF fashion and anything like that, so I'm going to leave that for some of the other bloggers to talk about and just talk about trans men. So first off, binding. If you're gonna bind, buy a binder or use a sports bra, double layer sports bras. Please don't use ace bandages. Please, 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 never use ace bandages. I binded, but it didn't really help all that much. And it hurt my back a lot. So for like the 2 months or so before I had surgery, I hardly ever binded, and it sucked, and it was awful, but I did it, and I learned to not really care, and to just focus on the fact that I am a man, and whatever people see, however people perceive me, it doesn't really matter, because I'm a guy, and whatever. Some guys have breasts. Packing, I don't really pack. I've thought about it. I've thought about buying a packer, but I haven't yet. I will probably eventually, and when that happens, I will know more about packing. But right now, I do not know much. Clothes. Okay. So my first inclination here is to just say, dress however you want, and that's the end of it. However you feel most comfortable is how you should dress. But I know, of course, that people want to be perceived a certain way. I know I wanted to be perceived a certain way when I started my transition, and so I went out and bought men's clothes because that's how I wanted to be seen. And I tried to look really ultra-masculine, and since then I've kind of just settled back into the way that I used to dress, but, you know, there's some slight differences. I am wearing men's clothing, and it fits me better now that I've had surgery. Buying pants is so much easier in some ways. Like, finding your size in pants is easier because the sizes are all pretty much the same. You've got your waist size, and you've got the length, and it's so much less confusing than women's sizes. So those are just all over the place. I didn't understand it then, I don't understand it now. It is difficult finding shirts small enough for me, but I tend to go to H&M in places that have more European style fits, and so smalls tend to work. I know Forever 21 has some extra smalls, and those work as well. I also find that the pants from H&M are good for guys who have some hips and ass, like me. I have hips and an ass, and H&M pants work really well for that. And I've also heard that American Eagle jeans work for that as well, so I haven't tried it out. Accessories, if people are giving you tips on how to pass, they'll tell you not to wear accessories, don't wear jewelry or anything like that, because it'll make you look like a girl, but whatever. I wear necklaces, I wear bracelets, I wear whatever I want because I like it. So that's my 2 cents on accessorizing. Wear what you want. I really, really, really like V-necks now that I've had surgery. I think they frame the torso really well, and they've got that little dip. I don't know. I just like how they fit better than regular crew cut shirts. But that's just me. Dress shirts are a little bit of an issue because the sleeves are really long, and sometimes, especially if you're getting a small and you've got hips, you have a hard time like fitting the shirt over your hips. But it just takes a lot of trying things on in the dressing room and finding out what works and what doesn't work. I did that with my mom. She went with me and bought me clothes for my internship, and there was a lot of trial and error, and we eventually found what sizes worked for me, and so now I know. Shoes are another issue. They're an issue for me because my size in men's shoes is like a 5.5 or a 6, and most men's shoes don't go down to that size, so I usually end up having to buy boys' shoes, which is a struggle because there's not as much variety there, and the quality isn't as good, but they're cheaper, so that's something. So that's all I have for you today. Basically, dress how you want to. Don't care what everyone else thinks. You are your own person. You get to decide what you like and what you like to wear and how you like to look, and screw all those other people. Alright. Have a good week. I will see you next week. Goodbye. This week we are talking about the transgender elderly. This is something that people don't really think about unless you are in that situation. People don't think about the far-off future. If you're like my age or younger, you're not thinking about what you're going to be like when you're like 80 years old. You're thinking about the here and now because you got so much on your mind with transitioning and coming out and things like that, or just living your life.